our next speaker from Year 6 at St Jerome's with the topic of Facebook, something I know absolutely nothing about. Please welcome Natalia Chiavara.
What do you think about when I say the word Facebook? Do you think about one of the greatest concepts ever designed by a man in the world today? Or, like me, the complete opposite, that it is one of the greatest curses ever designed by a man in the world today? On the 4th of February 2004, Mark Zuckerberg first released Facebook. When he was creating it, his main goal was to allow people all around the world to be able to communicate and exchange ideas freely in a safe environment. Did you know that in the United Kingdom, a survey was conducted where 500 teachers were asked whether or not their students' handwriting and spelling had been becoming of a poorer standard since Facebook had been invented? A shocking 58% of the teachers agreed with this statement. So, out of 500 teachers surveyed, 290 said yes. They also noted that the standard of homework completed had dropped. Even though, if you're at the age of 13 or above, you are allowed to have a Facebook account, the following risks explain to you why you should not be allowed until you're 18. It is a distraction from students' schoolwork and homework, because when students get home from school, most of them want to go straight on the computer and go on Facebook. Or, if they aren't allowed on Facebook until their homework is finished, usually they rush it. They do this because Facebook has a lot of addicting features, such as commenting on all the status updates, also looking up and commenting on everyone's photos. In December 2009, the average time a person spent on Facebook was 5.5 hours. There also is the risk of being cyberbullied. Sometimes, because of all the cyberbullying, it can lead to some types of depression, and from there, it can even lead to suicide. Today, Facebook has accumulated over 250 million active users, although, even though it is illegal to have a Facebook account under the age of 13, 7 million of those users are under 13. This has happened because there is no way of policing how old people are that create an account. The users can lie about their age to create one. This leads me to my next reason on why you should not be allowed to have a Facebook account until you're 18. There is the risk of being harmed by pedophiles. A pedophile is an adult or older person that preys mainly on young children, but they also target adolescents. What pedophiles can do is they can use Facebook to create a false name and then change their personal information, such as their date of birth. An example of an attack involving a pedophile and Facebook was when in 2009, a 17-year-old girl named Ashley Hall was lured to her death by a 33-year-old pedophile named Peter Chapman, who befriended her over Facebook by posing as a 17-year-old boy. He kidnapped, raped, then killed Ashley. The only contact these two people ever had prior to this fatal meeting was over Facebook. So, what exactly is Facebook? Well, it is not educational. This is because you don't learn anything from it. It is not completely safe, especially for young users. This is because of pedophiles, strangers, and cyberbullying. When Facebook was first created 7 years ago by Mark Zuckerberg in 2004, it may have been one of the greatest concepts ever designed by man. But, unfortunately, some of the users have not used it as it was intended to be used. As a result, it is clear to me that Facebook has become one of the most dangerous social networking tools used by millions of people all around the world today. Think about it.